Good morning everybody and welcome to Glencoyne on Ullswater. I will get to why I'm here in a little bit, but first off I need to get a shot looking down the lake back towards Polarizer. Now Glencoyne is a great location because it's so accessible. It's right next to a National Trust car park, so it's so easy to get to. The big problem that I have, and the reason I don't come here very often, is because it's also right next to the road. And so what I'm trying to do is have to time my pieces of the camera between the passing cars. And it's actually quite busy this morning. It's about 8:15 now, so we're in the middle of a Lake District rush hour. Glencoyne is one of my absolutely favourite places to come to shoot. It's an absolutely beautiful view back down towards Polarizer. Very, very simple. There's not an awful lot to it. You've only really got three main components. You've got the hills on either side, you've got the sky, and then you've got the water. And this morning the water's nicely rippled, and I'm shooting at the minute at about something like a quarter of a second, getting some lovely ripples in the foreground. Often we would be tempted to use a long exposure to completely smooth the water out, but this morning these ripples are looking really, really nice. I've moved a little bit along the shoreline now, and I've got a slightly more complicated composition because I've got this kind of sandbar that sits in the foreground, so that's providing a little bit of foreground interest. And apart from that, the shot's pretty much the same, with the exception of the fact that now the sun has got a little bit higher, I've got light on the hills on the left-hand side. Now this is a shot where the polarizer really comes into its own. The polarizer I use for controlling contrast, for darkening parts of the scene, like the sky for example. And the polarizer in this case is making a huge difference. So these two shots that I'm about to show you were taken 15 seconds apart. One with the polarizer right down, and another one with the polarizer cranked to the max. I'm done here now at Glencoyne, but before I head on to my next location, I do just want to start talking a little bit about the topic for today's video, and that is the reality of being a full-time landscape photographer. What is my life like? And the first thing I want to talk about is my opportunities to shoot. Now, part of the reason why I went full-time was to give myself more time to shoot and more time to work on my own photography. And in reality, whilst I do have a bit more time to shoot, I actually spend most of my time now in the office. Now, before I started my business, I used to get out and shoot almost every day, but that only lasted for a month. And since I've started my business, I found that I've had to spend an awful lot of time in my office. So I'm either editing photos or editing video or planning workshops, an awful lot of work goes into those, or dealing with emails and all of that sort of administration tasks. And so in reality, it feels a little bit like sometimes I've swapped one desk job for another. This is my second location for this morning. This is the edge of Mossdale Bay, and I've literally only come a few hundred yards from where I started at Glencoyne. Now, as you can probably tell from the light on the side of my face, we get direct light here as the sun passes from behind Place Fell. The composition that I'm going to go for today is the view looking towards Gowbarrow Fell, and I'm using these trees on the left hand side, and get that light lighting up those trees really nicely. It can be really difficult to film on days like today. I'm trying to block the sun out with my massive head. Anyway, a little bit more about this composition. There's a couple of other things I want to add to it. Firstly, I'm shooting with the camera quite high. It's at chest height, and that's because I want to include the edge of the shoreline as a bit of a lead-in line. And by setting it slightly higher, I can include a little bit more of that, and that balances the shot out a little bit more. The other thing is today's blue skies, and we've got direct light. And that means that I've had to turn my polarizer down. It's about half strength. And if you shoot with your polarizer cranked right up on days like today, you'll get a really, really dark sky, and I think it overdoes the effect. It looks very fake. Also, you can get very, very, very dark corners as well, so just watch that. So yeah, that's cranked down, as I said, about half strength. I'm fairly happy with that shot. You can't really tell on the back of the camera. I think what I may have to do is just desaturate the blues a little bit. They might be a little bit overpowering for my taste. Anyway, I am now going to head on to my third and final location of the morning, but before I do that, let's jump back to the realities of being a full-time photographer. So the second reality that I want to talk about is that I don't take photographs for a living. It's not about my photographs in that sense. My business at the moment is all about getting other people to get the shot. So putting on workshops to help people to develop their skills and bring up the people to these fantastic locations here in the Lake District. And so I don't sell an awful lot of prints, and that's something that I would like to work up to. But just because I've gone full-time, just because I have a YouTube channel, that isn't my right to sell loads of prints and get book deals and all that kind of stuff. That is something that I'm going to have to work for. And I'm going to have to work really, really hard for that. And even then, I might not achieve it. But that's part of what I've done, is to give myself the opportunity to build a portfolio that is good enough to exhibit and to sell prints and, you know, maybe even get a book deal in the future. Who knows? But for now, my business is very much about other people's photography. In fact, the purpose of my photographs are really to inspire other people to come to the Lake District and photograph the Lake District, and to give people the confidence that I know enough about photography that I can help them to develop their skills. Right. Brothers Water, my third and final location for this morning. I've been here for about 15 minutes. It's actually clouded over now, so we don't have that sun. So I'm looking at another composition, and I'm actually trying a black and white long exposure. But anyway, we'll come back to that. Before we do that, let's just carry on with our conversation about the realities of being a landscape photographer. So as I said earlier, I don't make my money from selling prints or books or anything like that. I actually make my money from running one-to-ones and workshops, and that means essentially I am a service. I am providing a service to people. And so my third reality is that people have their own lives, and of course they don't always go to plan. And that's what's happened to me recently. I was really pleased to have sold all my winter workshops. I gave myself a big hearty pat on the back, but of course pride cometh before a fall, and unfortunately one of the people that was booked on my Ullswater workshop has had to pull out. So I now have a couple of weeks in which I need to sell that place. My workshops are very small at the moment. I only have 2 people on my workshops when I'm running them on my own, and that allows me to concentrate as much time as I possibly can on each of the people attending. And that also means that if they're not full, then I'm really making very, very little money. So it's very important to me that I have those workshops as full as they possibly can be. So what I've had to do today is I've had to come out to Ullswater with a view of getting a shot that I can post up onto social media advertising this remaining place that I have on that workshop. And that's a reality for me. A big part of my job is putting together packages, workshops, one-to-ones that people want to buy and then selling them. While that long exposure is running, let me walk you through this shot. Now you remember this morning when we were at Glencoyne, we were doing that nice simple shot looking down Ullswater back towards Pooley Bridge, and we were doing exposures of about 1/4 of a second. Well, this shot, this is nothing like that at all. This is way more complicated. So this is a black and white long exposure, and as with any black and white shot, what I'm looking for is contrast, is shape and form, maybe even some texture. So the primary subject for this shot is the mountains in the distance, and that's where I want the eye to finish. In order to do that, I'm trying to use the edge of the lake, the shoreline, as a leading line to draw the eye up to the gap in the middle, which is the Kirkstone Pass. In order to balance this shot out, because it is a little bit right heavy, I've left a stone in the bottom left hand corner. Now, doing long exposures, but the problem that I've got is the sky is still quite bright, even with a grad on. So what I'm doing is I'm shooting exposures at a minute and a half, 2 minutes and 4 minutes, and I will probably end up having to blend at least 2 of those together in order to get a balanced exposure. You see, I told you it was a bit more complicated. Now, while in this video I have been talking about the realities of my life since I went full-time as a photographer, please do not for a minute think that I am complaining. I am not. I absolutely love what I do. I love helping people to get the most out of their photography, to improve their photography, and to get the most out of their time here in the Lake District. It is one of the most rewarding things I have ever done. But the reality is that this is a job. And all jobs have their good sides and their bad.